Hi, I'm Jerry and I am here to talk about Retrozone. We're celebrating our 30th year at this location, and we do dampers and retrofit dampers and keep old dampers alive. We have a wide selection of kits. This is about our very popular Kit 3 for old Trol-A-Temp. This one's actually labeled Zonatrol upside down. EWC made a similar damper with a blue motor case and a blue label, but it's all the same motor, and it's most easily identifiable by the fact that it has 8 terminals on it. There's no other motor that really looks like this. Now, these are obsolete. They're not made anymore, and we have developed a kit using an outstanding Belimo motor to re-equip this damper. You do not have to pull it out of the duct. It's very easy to do. I'm going to talk to you just for a moment on how to do it. This is what you would start with. This is what your old damper would look like. All you have to do is put a screwdriver in here and disconnect this 1C clip from the control rod right here. Then, taking a small screwdriver, simply prying the old plastic case and motor off the damper. Here's what's holding it on. You can see 3 rivets right there. It's rivets in plastic. They come off real easy. You just want them out of there. There's the old control rod there. Here's how you get the new motor kit with very aggressive 3M double-sided tape on it. Of course, there's a little more in the instructions on this, but you're basically just sticking the motor to the old damper and reattaching the control rod, and then we give you instructions basically on setting it up. It really comes pre-adjusted for the most part, but you can make small adjustments to it, and you actually get some additional features the old motor didn't have. You can set it up to where it'll bypass 10 or 15% air. This is a very fine motor, 5-year warranty, commercial grade Belimo. We make the kits and put the kits together for them, and you can get these old dampers back in business without ever having to pull them out of the duct. Then we also get some questions on this particular kit on wiring, more so than we do other kits, because these are all wafer style motors, and they, in some cases, you'll have 4, 5, 6, 7 wires running to them, and it looks just like a rat's nest. And the questions we'll get is that people are concerned because the new motors only use 3 of those wires because they're chip motors. They have a microprocessor on board. They're a whole lot smarter, and you just don't need the tangle of wiring that these old motors sometimes took. I did want to mention in our instructions there's some confusion over a jumper. A lot of these old motors would have a jumper between 2 and 5. And which is no longer needed. There's no 2 and 5 on the new motors. There's only 1, 2, 3. But in the instructions, if you're still using the old Trol-A-Temp or EWC panel, and you would know that many cases, if it still had a gold tone selector switch, we still have some of these in stock and they're very old. But if you see that where you're switching from heat to cool, you likely still have an old panel, and you might have to reinstall that jumper on the panel between the 2 and 5, but that's really it. We're available to do great email tech support. We have people that answer the phones. Just don't worry about the wiring. We will get you through it. It's all really pretty simple. It's mostly the fact that there's so much wiring going away that causes people an issue, but it's just not needed anymore. Thank you. Okay, so we wanted to do a close-up of this. There's a little C-clip that you would need to disconnect on our Kit 3. Simply insert a small screwdriver and basically twist it, and that C-clip will come right off, freeing up the control rod. Interesting, there is the mark showing full open and closed. But once you have that off, then the motor, all you need to do is put perhaps a larger screwdriver under here, turn, and simply pry the plastic motor in the case off the damper. It's actually fairly easy to do. It's rivets holding plastic. And then on the new motor, you can see the new control rod connection right there to the damper. The new motors have clutches and many more features where you can actually see the damper in operation. So what's happening is the motor pivots back and forth, and that's completely controllable. You can select how far the dampers open, how far they close. And that's really all there is to it. We do leave 3 holes in the bracket because if you have a particularly dirty damper or tape, or you're just not clear whether that tape is going to stick, we also provide 3 self-tapping sheet metal screws to go ahead and mount it on that way.